How's it going, everybody? Martin on Bell Raw Spa. Back with another video for you today. This is going to be on Adam's new reformulated strip wash. So, Adams has had strip wash for quite some time. It used to be an alkaline formula. They reformulated it to be an acidic formula. It's still safe on paint, so don't worry about that. And I think the reason they did this is acid formulas are a little bit more versatile than alkaline formulas. An alkaline strip wash product usually it attacks grease and dirt really good, but where acid does great on minerals such as salt, light water spotting, heavy water, hard water I should say. It really helps out with things like that because it dissolves those minerals. This isn't going to be a replacement for a water spot remover or an acid wheel cleaner. Those are considerably stronger. This is made to be just a safe car wash that has that acidic power boost. I don't know the pH level, so I apologize for that, but I was pretty impressed with this soap. As you can see, I've already used a decent little amount here. The consistency of it is pretty watery, which personally I like. I've tested a lot of Adams shampoos, and their old school shampoo, like the just Adams car shampoo, is a very thick consistency. I'm not a fan of that, just because it's harder to pour. When it's a nice liquidy consistency like this, super easy to pour. And I'll get into this. I've already used it, and I'm going to show you that clip of me using it. Overall, it was pretty good. I've had kind of a love-hate relationship with Adams. Adams does have a lot of marketing that can be misleading to people. That being said, their graphene line, I've been pretty impressed by the graphene spray coating, graphene boost, detail spray. Liquid wax and VRT are all right. The graphene tire dressing, which I've used up, and the graphene shampoo, those were really good. I'll post links to all that stuff below. Anyways, I got Adams strip wash from Amazon for $15. So Adams, basically, whether they intended to or not, is going to be in direct competition with CarPro D-Scale shampoo. Now, I'll mention a few differences between these. So CarPro D-Scale for 500 milliliters, this is 1,000 milliliters, but 500 milliliters, which is approximately 16.9 ounces. So you get a little bit more, is $22 from CarPro US before any discounts, and I do have a discount for them. You can check that in the description below. Get 5% off their site or 10% off you get from Detailed Image. Adams, I don't have any discounts for Adams. You'll have to be on the lookout for that. I'm just going to post an Amazon link. On Amazon, this is $15 for 16 ounces. Now, the dilution ratios are similar. So CarPro D-Scale says 1 to 100 or 10 to 1 for a foam cannon. That's around 3 ounces. Somebody can probably correct my math in the comments below. I'm terrible at math, so I apologize. Adams does make it a little bit simpler. So here's the instructions. It says 2 to 3 ounces into a wash bucket. Wash bucket's approximately 5 gallons of water. And they just give you instructions, 2-bucket method, blah, blah, blah. Or on the foam cannon, you put 3 to 4 ounces in. So I did half a foam cannon, so that's about 500 milliliters of water, so about 16 ounces of product, roughly 16.9 ounces if you want to be more technical. So I put 2 ounces of this soap in the foam cannon, and I used, let me grab it, I used this clear foam cannon. This thing's been pretty good so far. It costs less than $20. You get that nice premium foam cannon feel without paying the price. It looks really neat as well. But yeah, it's clear. I did put a 1.1 millimeter orifice in this, and I will put a link to that below as well. But it worked pretty good, the foam cannon. Foamability, comparing these two, Adams had decent foam. D-Scale has very good foam, so D-Scale definitely beats it in the foam there. Scent-wise, let me just smell it again. Adams doesn't really have a fragrance. I mean, it has kind of a chemical smell, but it's subtle. It's not overpowering. D-Scale, I believe, does have fragrance. It's again, D-Scale's fragrance is very minimal. It's not overpowering. They're not like any type of fruity scents or anything. I guess you can it's just a artificial chemical scent, maybe like a kind of a fresh smell. It's not overpowering. It's very subtle. So if you're sensitive to chemical smells or aromas, this shouldn't bother you too much, but it's going to depend on how sensitive you are. But as far as the lubrication of them, I feel like D-Scale's got slightly more lubrication, but Adams still does pretty well. Their ability to break down dirt is about the same. I can't really say how good they are in mineral deposits. I live in Texas, so I don't have salt deposits here. But you know, this is going to be what you want if you're trying to wash the salts off a car. It'll neutralize that salt and clean it off. You definitely want those acid shampoos. Anyways, guys, I'm going to show you me using the product in a foam cannon and in a wash bucket, and then we'll come back here for our final thoughts. So here we go. Alright guys, so we're taking a look at the dirt. This is my mom's car. It was coated with Seaquartz Light about 3 years ago, so she doesn't drive it too much, but she did drive from New Mexico here to Texas. So we're going to see how the strip wash and this clear foam cannon does as a pre-soak. So as you can see, the foam here, the foam's decent. It's not the best foam in the world. That's just the shampoo. I've gotten better foam with other soaps. But this isn't really marketed as a super high foaming shampoo, but it foams well enough. If you're, just using this as a strip wash, as as a professional, you don't really care about having super thick shaving cream foam anyways. But you can see the foam here, it clings, it holds onto the surface, comes out of the foam cannon pretty good. So this is definitely more than acceptable. Anybody would be happy with the foam here. So it's going on pretty nicely. You got a nice good layer of foam. It'll cling on there well. So I left it there for about 5 minutes or so. But we're going to come up, take a close look, see how it looks. It runs off slowly, feels nice and slick. Again, it's not an aggressive acid, so you don't got to worry about harming your skin or the surface or anything. And here we're going to rinse it off thoroughly. You can see here it does rinse off very easily. Not difficult, not like the Blue Car shampoo that I've used. It's a little harder to rinse off. But this rinses off nice and easily. Blasts a lot of the dirt, a lot of the heavier dirt and contaminants away with it. So yeah, happy with that aspect as well. That's something I usually look for in a soap that's not marketed as a strictly pre-wash. This is a strip wash, so in a bucket or in a foam cannon, whatever your method is, but I'm going to show off both ways here. Normally I'd use something different as a pre-wash, and then I would use the strip wash, but pretty good. So it rinsed off easily. You can see the coating showing some of its properties there, which is pretty impressive. Seaquartz Light to hold on for 3 years, but again, this car isn't driven daily. My mom usually, she only uses it when she needs to go into town for something. That might be a couple times a week, but she does use it to travel as well. It's about a 10-hour drive from where she was. So I did see a lot of driving prior to getting here. But if we look up close here in the areas where the water has sheeted away, you can see it did a decent job. It didn't, it's obviously not supposed to be a touchless wash, but it removed a lot of the heavier dirt and road grime, which will make it for a safer contact wash. So here we're going to add a couple ounces. You can just eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect. This is a 3.5 gallon wash bucket, and because it is a watery consistency, it mixes in very easily, so it doesn't require a crazy amount of agitation. Foams up well in the bucket. You get some nice suds. Pretty happy with that. So we're going to see how it does as a contact wash. I'm going to pull it up here. Now this hood doesn't have a coating on it because the hood had gotten repainted. So I initially, when I was recording this, thought the hood still had a coating, so I was going to say, oh, let's see how this brings back the coating. No, the hood just had wax on it. And you can, as you can see, just foaming it took off a lot of the wax. So it definitely does what a strip wash should do, which is remove any remnants of waxes and sealants. It's not going to remove coatings. It's actually going to be safe on coatings, which is good. But waxes and sealants, it does really good to pull those off. As we can see here, it's nice and slick, nice and lubricated, good suds. I didn't have any complaints here. Didn't harm my skin at all. Again, not an aggressive acid. So just doing a demo here on the hood. We're going to come back and rinse it off. As we can see, rinses off very well. And it took that stuff right off. Took that wax right off. So it works great as a strip wash as well. So I'm pretty happy with it, guys. It's a pretty good product, definitely, especially for the price. You can see the wax kind of breaking through in a couple areas I'm going to point out, but again, you know, I went and polished this whole thing after. So as a strip wash, this is an awesome product for the price. So very good stuff. All right, so final thoughts for Adam's new and improved strip wash acid shampoo, or should I say salt remover, pre-soak, and acidic wash. Thumbs up. Great shampoo from Adams. You guys really did your research with this one. This isn't just some marketing hype. It's an actual good product. If you've got Adams coatings on there, there's graphene spray coating, the regular graphene coating, the ceramic coating, whatever. This is going to be the new go-to if you're trying to revive your coating. Obviously, they got the Adams graphene shampoo, but if you're trying to decontaminate your coating, definitely go to this. I'd say use this every 3 to 6 months or so. But also, if you live in an area with a lot of road salt, go ahead and use that to wash your car, get all salts off your car. I'd definitely say foam it on your car so you can get in all the nooks and crannies. If you don't have a pressure washer, you can grab a foam blaster that attaches to your hose. It'll at least get the foam where you need it to go to neutralize all that salt. Or if you are just like I was, prepping a car for a ceramic coating before you polish it and all that, great product to go. Again, it is cheaper than D-Scale, pound for pound. Now, Adams is also available in 5 gallons, I think for like $50, which is an incredible value. D-Scale does cost a little bit more, but again, if you have a wholesale account or use my discount codes down below, you can get it for a little bit cheaper. I will say the user experience with D-Scale is a little bit nicer than Adams Strip Wash, but if all you care about is performance, they're going to, performance-wise, about the same, just not as fancy as CarPro, but Adams definitely did a great job. So I'll put a link to this in the description below, a link to this foam cannon. Check out my other videos on the other Adams products if you haven't already. These seem to be my most popular videos, so despite my criticisms of Adams, but that's me. I just like to criticize everybody. But that's what I do. Anyways, great product. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's any other acid shampoos out there, guys, that I should test out. I'm always out looking to try stuff. There are certain things, if it's not available from Amazon or a major website, it's probably going to be a while before I get to it. I've got a lot of stuff to record. But anyways, I'm getting through it as much as I can. But I appreciate you all watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, of course. Those are the free ways of supporting the channel. Using my discount codes and links in the description below is a way to support by buying stuff, and it supports me as well. So however you want to support the channel, I always appreciate it. Even if you're just watching this video, I appreciate you. But again, I will see y'all in the next video. Other than that, keep them clean. Have a good one.